Why hello there, and welcome back to Some Weirdo on the Internet Reviews Obscure Role-Playing Games. And in this episode I will be getting extra obscure and looking at Futurama, Now with Dice. A 2009 Futurama fan-made role-playing game based on the rules from 1984's Toon. Which might seem like an odd thing for someone to make, and that's just because it is. And I will not be critiquing the Toon rules in this video. I did an entire video on Toon, so if you want to know my opinions on Toon, you can click on the card that's somewhere on screen right now, and that'll take you to that video. But now, what is in this thing that I am talking about right now? Well, Futurama, Now with Dice, contains a summarized version of the Toon core rules, as well as some additions such as new death rules, which include the possibility of being reduced to a head in a jar, and the replacement of the set/disabled trap skill with a general mechanics skill, along with most of the character creation rules, a bit more on that later, with the addition of player races, the options being human, robot, sewer mutant, and alien. The only mechanical difference from any of them being that robots have a prime directive that they are compelled to follow, and sewer mutants all have some kind of hindrance which the game master can bring into play whenever they want, but neither of them have anything to actually balance those out, so it's just a net negative for playing one of those characters. Then, of course, there are stats for the Planet Express crew and various other miscellaneous Futurama characters. And that's basically what this is. It is a fairly short thing that contains those things I said, but now on to my thoughts on this thing. In terms of concept, it's nothing special, it's just someone wanted a Futurama role-playing game, so they made one. The interesting thing is that they made it with Toon. And honestly, I kinda think that the rules of Toon are better applied to a Futurama role-playing game than they were in the original game. Like, Futurama is a bit more grounded, and it was the more abstract, wacky, cartoon shenanigan stuff that the original Toon game kinda failed at. But it is not a great game. Problems with the Toon rules aside, just the way this thing is put together is not great. I will say it is interesting to see just how succinctly a rule set can be explained if that is your goal, but also there's a lot of things that are not really explained. Many of the pre-constructed characters have shticks, but the character creation rules don't ever explain shticks, they just tell you to go look in the Toon book. And that is the only actual mention of the Toon book in this entire thing. Also, none of the skills have any descriptions, and plot points are never mentioned aside from some of the main characters having special abilities that can be activated by spending plot points, but they never go over how you acquire plot points, or if you can still spend them to increase your skills and shticks, like in the core book. It doesn't even tell you to go look in the core book. And that is the real issue here. If you are supposed to just fill in the gaps with the core Toon rules, then how much of the core Toon rules are you supposed to use? As mentioned, the only time they actually direct you to the core rulebook is for information on shticks, but not plot points or skill descriptions or any of the other things that are just not in this document. And this is a very unofficial game, both in terms of being a Futurama game and being a Toon game, so it's not like there was anything stopping them from just copying the rules from the Toon book and putting them here. And it looks, honestly, pretty good for being a 2009 fan game. It is a bit plain, but there is a definite layout design here that has been applied. And that is it for Futurama, Now with Dice. Hopefully you have enjoyed this much more obscure game review. If so, I guess let me know. And thank you for watching, with extra special thanks to my Fight and Flail Snails, Samuel Gorski, and Randy Mulholland. If you'd like to be cool like them, you can check out my Patreon, where you can get early access to videos and fun stuff that I make for the Patreon. And I will see you next time.